Aw, looks like Pikachu's got a girlfriend. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 91 of Pokemon Sun and Moon anime just dropped, and this brought us not only a Pikachu focused episode, but also a new opening and an ending. So let's take a look. The episode begins with Ash, Pikachu, Kiawe, and Mimo, his little sister, running towards a cliff. It seems like Mimo has spotted something, and so has everyone else. It's Pikachu Valley from the game. Rotom is surprised that it wasn't just a rumor, and Pikachu rushes down towards it, prompting everyone else to follow him. So this is where the intro plays, and let's talk about the new intro real quick. So this is the season 22 intro, and the song used is entitled Your Adventure by Taiku Okazaki. The music is great. It's a mix of rock and pop, but more so than that, the visuals in these things are stunning. It has very dynamic movement through and through, starting with Pikachu cleaning his face, to the camera panning around Ash and Pikachu as they jump off the cliff into the water. And then there's also a little montage of moments from the show, as well as all the Pokemon Ash has captured in Alola. It also has Ash worrying over a Pokeball, so I wonder which Pokemon that's supposed to be. Hopefully not Lycanroc again, because we've already had that saga. All of the rest of the gang is also present in the intro, with each of them getting their own little moments. Not only that, we get to see battles between Ash and Gladion, Ash and Hau, Ash and Professor Kukui, Team Rocket's in the intro as well, and it ends with Eevee following her gang. It's a great intro, and I really like it a lot better than the Season 21 intro. The Season 21 intro was fine, but I felt like it was focused too much on Poipole, so this was a much refreshing needed change. It's a Pika outbreak, the Pikachu Valley. Ash's Pikachu, while running down the cliff, trips over a rock and hits a person. Who is this person? Her name is Picarla, and let's just say she's a Pikachu fanatic. She wears yellow Pikachu clothes, Pikachu ears and tails, and she can tell the difference between Pikachu just by looking at their fur. Ash tells her that they heard about this place and came to play, and she gets excited. She wastes no time and puts Pikachu tails and ears on everyone. How she put tails on Ash and Kiawe without getting behind them, I'll never know. Not only that, but the tails can move. Again, how? Maybe it's just best if I don't try to figure out these questions. But regardless, Picarlo wants them to make 3 promises to the Pikachu Valley first. Number 1, they need to make their heart Pikachu. Number 2, they need to love all Pikachus. And number 3, they need to end all sentences with Pika. She calls this Pekinese. Oh lord, this is gonna be a long episode, isn't it? She even tells Rotom that it can't end her sentences with Roto like it usually does. Rather, it needs to use Roto Pika, which causes its head to explode. She asks everyone to say their Pekinese name, which would be Satoshi Pika, Hoshi Pika, and Kaki Pika. Then she says that they should shorten it to Satopi, Hopi, and Kapi. I wonder how they're gonna do this in the dub. Will their names be Ash P, Me P, and Kia P? That actually doesn't sound as bad as I thought it would. But anyways, while she's blabbing on about how you need to be Pika, Ash's Pikachu tries to introduce himself to the horde of Pikachu, but everyone seems kind of distant. She then tries to get them to say their new names, and Kiawe seems to be embarrassed by his nickname. He tries to play it off, but he eventually succumbs to his little sister's request, and then proceeds to embarrass himself in front of the other Pikachu. He then spots the Pikachu house, the car, the van, whatever that thing is that's in both the games and in the episode. He tries to go in, but just like in the game, when he gets near the door, a horde of Pikachus come through and trample him. It turns out all the Pikachu in the valley are Picarlos. Pikachu wants to get along, but they seem to be cautious about him because he's from Kanto. That is, until a female Pikachu comes through. This female Pikachu is named Kurin, and we find out it's because her hair is like a chestnut, the Japanese for chestnuts being kuri. She sniffs Pikachu and then rubs tails with him, and then a horde of other female Pikachus come along and do the same. Our Pikachu thinks he's a stud and tries to impress them by flexing, which just makes them think he's lame and walk away. That was pretty funny. Apparently, all Alolan Pikachu greet each other that way. First the females, then the males. After that, the male Pikachus do the same, and they all rub their tails together and form a thundercloud, which bounces back at them. This is apparently how they make their fur silky. Then, we see Mimikyu looking out at all the Pikachus. It seems pissed. Apparently, it came out of the ball on its own. James thinks that this is the perfect time to grab Ash's Pikachu, but there's a problem. Among the sea of Pikachu, they don't know which one is Ash's. So instead, Jessie surmises that they should just try to get all of them at once. Who's that Pokemon? It's a female Pikachu! We come back to the valley and all our heroes are petting Pikachu, commenting on how its fur feels silky smooth and luxurious. Just then, Kurin, the female Pikachu, approaches Pikachu and wants to rub tails with him. It seems like Kurin likes our Pikachu. Pocarla says that it's because of its silky smooth fur now. And Ash's Pikachu doesn't really know how to respond and runs away, but Kurin seems to be chasing him. It seems like Kurin has a crush on our Pikachu. Kurin and Pikachu are about to rub tails again when they get electricity shot at them. At first, they can't find out who did it, but when Kurin tries to hand Pikachu a berry and it gets shot out of her hand, they notice that it's a shiny Pikachu. According to Picarla, this shiny Pikachu is named Bancho, and apparently Bancho has been interested in Kurin for a while. It also doesn't want to accept Ash's Pikachu, who's an outsider. Both Pokemon square up and get ready to fight, but Kurin stops it and lectures Bancho. Pikachu then walks away, trying to be the bigger person. But, as he's walking away, Bancho shoots another electricity at Pikachu. This gets him upset, and the fight is now on. It's kind of like a middle school fight, where everyone else gathers around them as they get ready to fight. Apparently, this is a duel, and this is how you settle things in the Pikachu Valley. The first Pikachu to bite the tail of the other wins. Everyone surrounds him and starts cheering the fight on. The fight begins with Bancho approaching Pikachu. Pikachu shoots electricity at it, and then Bancho dodges it. But Pikachu disappears behind the smoke and pops up behind Bancho and almost bites his tail. Bancho then uses Volt Tackle against Pikachu, who is stopped dead in his tracks by Pikachu's Electro Web. Stuck on the web, Ash's Pikachu bites its tail, and it wins. It seems everyone, including Bancho, now has respect for Pikachu, who raises his hand. Kurin then comes up and boops nose with both of them, embarrassing them both. They both all get surrounded by all the other Pikachus to celebrate when all of a sudden they hear a Mimikyu. Team Rocket then jump out and say that they'll get them all. They say their motto, and they're kind of respectful because even in their motto, they use Pika after all their sentences. The intro is also slightly different on this one. I don't know if they'll change it in the English dub, but in this one, Meowth talks about being careful around high voltage current. And as they finish their motto, Picarlo walks up to them and puts Pikachu ears and tails on them as well. So, how are Team Rocket going to get all the Pokemon? This is actually a pretty smart idea. They're going to use Mimikyu Z and take all of the Pokemon away inside Mimikyu's little balloon. That's brilliant. They use the Z move and everyone gets caught in Mimikyu's Z move except for Bancho and Ash's Pikachu. Also, apparently, if you keep the pose of the Z move held, the Pokemon also gets to keep the Z move. So Jessie struggles with keeping the Z move pose while James and Meowth try to pull her up the balloon. Ash and Kiawe are about to fight back when Picarla tells them not to. Picarla says it's her Pokemon and she's gonna fight. She has a Pikachunium Z and uses it with Bancho against Team Rocket, causing Jessie to lose her pose and Mimikyu to let go of all the Pikachu. As they're all about to fall out of the sky, Ash thinks quick and lays down an inverted Electro Web that's kind of like a trampoline so everyone can land safely. Good thinking, Ash. Kurin goes flying and is caught by Bancho. It seems now Kurin has fallen in love with Bancho, according to Mimo. Team Rocket blast off and they're caught by Beware. Picarla is also really happy that all the Pikachu are safe and decides to do a roll call on all of them. And, as Ash and Kiawe say, this could take hours. And this is where the episode ends with her starting roll call. The outro song uses the same song as the last one, but this time they have some different visuals like Poipole, Eevee, and different scenes of everyone. The extra scene on this one is Ash and Kiawe bored out of their mind while Picarla finishes up roll call, and Pikachu sleeping on Ash's lap with the berry that Kurin gave him. Overall, nothing really happens in this episode, but I like this episode a lot. It was just a bunch of Pikachus being adorable the entire episode. But sometimes you don't need any crazy action to make an episode fun to watch. Just seeing how the Pikachu react is pretty cool. The whole Pika thing after the end of every sentence could get grating, but after a while you forget it's there. Like I said, a fun episode that I could see becoming really popular amongst the anime fans, actually. Next episode seems to be a Royal Masks episode, but more focused on Molayne and his hijinks. I don't really like the Royal Masks episode, but this one looks kind of interesting since it's not focused on Kukui, so we'll see how it goes. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter @TheRealPDGaming, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.